My name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. Steve Steve-Aroni, a.k.a. Darren Notero, a.k.a. Steve Capone, because I've been robbing more motherfucking bookies than Al Capone ever did in his motherfucking life. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Sitting here with my good partner, the Big Skipper, a.k.a. the chiropractor. I missed you last night, pal. I really, really did. I got to be the first to admit, ladies and gentlemen, I am hung the fuck over. Yeah, it's usually the Big Skipper, but it'll never take my excitement away. You can never take my spirit. There's nothing no alcohol or any type of narcotic could ever do to take my spirit away and to give you guys the best show. Anyway, podcast number 96. Before we get into anything, out of the respect for Major League Baseball and us being fans, what a fucking game of the ages. Skip, I tell you what, you couldn't even have scripted a better World Series if you wanted to fix it and actually script it, which makes me believe wasn't scripted.
No, it wasn't scripted, but I will tell you this. One hell of a series. As a true baseball fan, it was enjoyable. Loved every game.
Yeah, I tell you what, I want to give a shout out to MGM for taking care of Steve Stevens and hosting a celebrity fun-filled party last night at the gigantic villas over there in the mansions.
At the mansion? You were in the mansion?
Well, yeah, I mean, I only called you about 4 or 5. Are you playing dumb on me right now? How many times I call your fucking phone and ask you to come up?
Somebody has to run this office, Steve. Somebody's got to stay focused, stay sober.
So let me ask you this. I know the show's gone and all that because I want to ask you on here. I mean, the show's over. The day of you getting, 50,000 to show up somewhere pretty much is over. But, I mean, is it to the point now where you won't show somewhere for $5,000? Is that, like, are you above? I'm just wondering because...
No, that's not the case at all.
I was there.
That's not the case at all. I mean,
I'm just making sure.
Sometimes you just have to pick and choose your battles.
All right.
I mean, after 48 fucking shots of Crown Royal on Halloween night, it was time for me to take a little breather for 2 days.
I got you.
Yep.
Anyway, shout out to MGM and the Villas. Like I said, we had a phenomenal time. You hit it right on the head. One of the best games for the ages. I said from the beginning, from spring training, that the Cubs had a phenomenal team. I actually said throughout the entire year they would win the World Series. Now, is that saying much? Like, am I asking you to call me Nostradamus? No. But what is saying a lot, that I made money on them all motherfucking year long. I put my nuts on the line and literally made hundreds of thousands of dollars, not to mention a $100,000 bet, as you know, last night on the Chicago Cubs to win over, which was probably the biggest play on the board. I mean, you tell me, what was a bigger win last night, the Cubs or the over that I had?
Wow. I got to tell you, it depends if you're a Chicago Cubs fan or not.
Well, no, I'm telling you if you're a sports bettor, because when
you're
that game's at a
sports
6-6
bettor,
rain delay, you already know you got your money. You're partying, doing what you need to do.
They actually fucking scared me.
Yeah, well, at 6-6, your money, I mean.
I know, and I thought maybe there'd be like a 3.5-hour rain delay and they'd suspend the game like they did when.
Oh, no.
Remember when the Phillies were playing Tampa Bay in the World Series? I mean, I was at the game. It was fucking raining, snowing, ice, fucking freezing.
Philly's a little different story, though, Skipper. Well, maybe not. Cleveland's pretty serious.
They suspended the game and came back and played it the next day. And if they suspend that fucking game, all bets on the total are off. All bets on everything would have been off.
No way they could have did that.
Oh, I was having flashbacks.
But, guys, just to sum up Major League Baseball and everything, I mean, me and Skip and I basically told you guys all year when to take the Cubs, when not to take the Cubs. If you'd have listened to us, our percentage, Skipper, after doing all the math of every time we played the Cubs this year, 77.9%.
Yeah, they made us a lot of fucking money. Hats off.
77 point. Now, hear me out. We told these guys minus 220. They don't cover.
Right.
You realize that 40% of their losses came with $1.80 or above spread, which were teams that we constantly told them not to take. We told them not to bet the Cubs at minus 220, 240.
Right.
Bottom line, we made a lot of money on them. And I said they'd win the World Series, but more importantly, thank you, Chicago Cubs, for making me a lot of money.
Hats off to you. You've been with him since spring training, and you put your money where your mouth is once again. You rode him. I've seen plenty of tickets all year long you had on the Cubs. And, yeah, we've cashed in a lot of money on the Chicago Cubs. Thank you very much, Zobrist and the boys, and Chris Bryant, our Vegas buddy.
Now, you're talking about 9 out of 10, or what were you saying in the last couple World Series, despite what?
Well, despite the fact that in Game 7, 9 out of the last 10 times the World Series has gone to Game 7, the home team has got the money.
The home team's won every time.
Got the money, 9 out of the last 10 times. So
Not last night.
Cubs had a little something to overcome. They had a lot to overcome last night. Congratulations, they got it done on the road.
But hear me out. After a rain delay, tied at 6-6, tied at a 6-6, Chicago pulls it out, and who did it and what did it? What happened, Skip?
Ben Zobrist, what an absolute fucking beast. He MVP of the World Series 2 years in a row. He was MVP last year for the
Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you that. He was the MVP of the last year's World Series, ladies and gentlemen. Switches teams, gets on the Chicago Cubs, and now he's the MVP of the World Series 2 years in a row. Skip, I'm not a statistician. I'm not a numbers guy, but I don't think that's ever happened before. Has it?
Don't put me on the spot like that, but I can't remember when or where it would have happened.
It sure as fuck hasn't happened recently.
No,
I don't know if it's been 108 years, like since the last time the Cubs have won a World Series, but
I'm going to say no. I don't think that's ever happened before. If it has, I can't think off the top of my head where it would have.
Well, I tell you what, he's a superstar stud for doing that, and the Major League should give out some type of $1 million bonus or a Ferrari for someone that's that important and means that much to your team, that helps you get to a World Series and then becomes an MVP and helps you win. In my eyes, shout out to Chris Bryant, a Las Vegas all-star salute, superstar salute celebrity. If you ask me who the MVP is, it's my boy Chris Bryant, who led off the home run in both games to give him the fucking jump start and told him, get the fuck up, boys. Get the fuck up. Let this young pimp from Vegas get you the fuck up.
I got to tell you, it was actually a rough decision because my son and I, we were trying to decide who's going to get the MVP.
Was Bryant even in Right Side's mouth? Were you guys even discussing Bryant or no?
Because he mentioned Bryant, and actually, I don't think he should have got it, and he didn't get it.
And I don't either, but he pumped the team up with those 2 first home runs in those 2 games.
Oh, listen, he had a good series.
He's a beast. He got it going.
There was 4 players that had a good series. I think, how about this beast Schwarber? He gets hurt in the beginning of the year. He gets hurt on April 7th.
Oh, we've already talked about that.
The first week of the season. Yeah, but he had the highest batting average of any player on the Cubs in the World Series. He hit, I think, 412.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago, man.
So,
if you know how to hit, you don't even need to know how to catch in this fucking
game. Listen, in my opinion, he needed to get a couple of votes for MVP. He led the team in batting average. He hit 412. And Zobrist, I said it should have been Schwarber or Zobrist, and sure enough, it was Zobrist. But Rizzo was right there. He had a big fucking series. He came through after not doing so well earlier in the postseason. And your boy Chris Bryant was absolutely a fucking beast.
The people that they needed to play well, played well in the last 3 games. They were able to shine through as the Chicago Cubs without any type of curses. The only curse is coming out your girl's pussy once a month, okay? There's no curses anymore. They got the job done. One thing that I was excited about.
What the hell was that?
Did you do something to the equipment there, Skipper?
Well, listen, you're the one kicking shit all over the place.
No, I didn't kick
nothing.
What
the hell was that?
It's the thunder. It has to be the thunder outside or something.
Thunder? There ain't no thunder outside.
There is on our board. You must not have seen that fucking 45,000 whopper I put up there a little bit, huh?
Hey, let me say something before we move on to this Cubs game. We're talking about all the guys that did well. What is up with fucking Hayward? This guy got.
Oh my God.
This guy got $19.5 million to come and play for the Cubs for 1 year. $19.5 million he got paid. He had
100 and something batting average.
He had 7 fucking home runs and 49 RBIs this year.
0 for 17 with people on base.
0 for 17 with runners in scoring position. He 0 for 21 on the road, like 21 straight road games or something. He hasn't gotten a hit.
This is your kingpin.
He hit 150. He hit 150 in the World Series. I mean, $19.5 million? Are you kidding me? He's the second highest paid player on the team.
He showed me enough to get rid of his motherfucking ass.
Oh
Bottom fucking
They don't
line.
need him.
They don't need him at all. I do want to give a shout out to catcher Dave Ross. If I'm not mistaken, it's his last game he'll ever play.
Yeah.
He retired like a superstar. He homers off not only a relief, a ace relief, in Andrew Miller in the 6th inning. After a rough bottom half of the 5th, oldest player to homer in a World Series, Game 7.
The old man came in. He came in to catch when they brought in Lester, which was another thing. I don't even know why the hell they made that move. But anyway, Madden is my favorite manager in baseball. I think he's the best manager in the game. He made some crazy moves during that game that I was very concerned about.
We're going to get into that in one second.
It worked out for him.
Yeah, no, it worked out for him, but I definitely do want to hear your opinion on that because, like I said, a lot of people don't like it. Shout out to my man for getting the job done out there, Dave Ross. He had a great career. Nothing better than to get a ring on your way out. You know what I mean, Skipper?
Yep.
Not to mention set a record as the oldest player to hit a home run in Game 7. Like I said, John Lester for the Cubs, I don't fucking know. Here's my poll question, okay? And I want to ask everybody out there, this is our poll question. Should the city of Chicago now forgive Steve Bartman?
I say yes.
I say yes, too, but here's the deal.
I say throw a Steve Bartman party. Just invite him out to the stadium one day next week after the parade and just throw a big Steve Bartman party. Everybody get drunk and fucking hug it out and tell him you're welcome back in Chicago.
Here's what I say. You forgive and forget, absolutely. But do you forgive him for what he did to fuck up that series by reaching his hand over there? Absolutely not. He was a fucking idiot, moron, fuck. So I expect fans to constantly hate him for what he did on that moment. Now, because of the Cubs being the World Series champions and they're back on top, of course you forgive them. I say you have a party, you celebrate, forgive and forget.
That's it.
That's exactly what I say. Now, what I can read your mind, what you were getting ready to go on a rant and rave about is, do you like the fact that Joe Madden bringing in John Lester, to basically, he's been, listen, he was on what, 2 days rest?
Yeah.
You bring him in the 5th inning for Hendricks, who was pitching.
I think it was a bad move.
Who was pitching just fine, Skip. He was doing exactly what he needed to do. I thought it was one of the dumbest motherfucking moves I've ever seen in my life. It's the 5th inning. Hendricks was handling his fucking business. Don't get me wrong. Lester settled down after giving up 2 quick runs, but he gave up 2 quick runs.
I thought it was a terrible move when it happened. I said to my son, I don't know what the hell he's doing here. What the fuck is going on? Hendrick has the lowest ERA in all of baseball during the regular season. He looked like he was in complete control. He was composed.
He's one of the best pitchers. He's top 5 pitchers in the major leagues.
I didn't understand
it. Is he or is he not a top 5 pitcher?
Number 1 ERA in all of baseball. Nobody even talks about this kid.
No, he doesn't get the respect that he's supposed to get. And I think it was a little disrespectful to get pulled out of that fucking game.
Yeah, almost fucked the game up. And he was only 1 out away from getting the win, because he would have went to the full 5 innings. But anyway, I didn't understand it.
They got lucky with that. I tell you how he made it up in my eyes, okay, is when Joe Madden put on his dad's old hat in the 10th inning. And, as everybody knows, his dad passed away in 2002. Put his dad's hat to come out there and get the fucking job done.
After the rain delay, they were in the locker room, and Hayward, since he couldn't do anything to help him on the field,
he had to call on Pops.
Yeah.
No, he had to call on Pops. Pops, our number 1 franchise guy ain't doing shit for us. I need your help. Put on Dad's hat, went out there and had some special shit happen.
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
I really appreciated that. And
that was a very sentimental moment, Steve.
It is for me because I lost my dad, Skip.
Well, I know we all.
I'm a hard-ass motherfucker about a lot of shit, but my dad was one of my best friends. I'm a miniature version of him. And
shout out to Richard.
My dad always said, I just want you to be a better me. And that's all I want to give Little D is to make him a little bit more better person than myself.
That's it. That was definitely a thug move, an old school gangster move.
And I loved it.
Pulling out the fucking dad's old hat and wearing it, coming out on the rain delay in the 10th inning, and sure enough, they got the runs they needed in the top of the 10th and won the game.
Shout out and thank you to the Chicago Cubs. It was a great fucking season.
It was a great baseball season.
It was an awesome baseball season,
I'm a little sad. Baseball's my favorite sport. No more baseball till spring training. It's a sad day for me.
And I'm excited because now I'm only doing my everyday foot. See, this is when Skip actually sells all day long because he doesn't take a vacation every 3 days. He doesn't go here. He doesn't go there. He doesn't go here. He actually just sits there because he doesn't research basketball. That's one thing that he's not involved in. We have myself and other guys we get information from. Skip is strictly baseball. So he's in the office pretty much selling all year, all month of the November, December, January, February, pretty much all the way up to the Super Bowl. pretty much when you make all your money, Skip.
This is where the big bear goes into a 90-day hibernation, which
With
is
all his clients and making money.
Which is what he's trying to spit out over there. Yeah. 90-day hibernation for the big Skip. It's all about NBA basketball. It's all about college basketball. It's all about hockey. It's all about the bowl games right around the corner. It's all about the second half of the NFL and the postseason. Now through the Super Bowl.
If you missed out, you better come get your issue.
Now through the Super Bowl, I will be in hibernation, and it's all about making you money. No more baseball trips. My summer trips are over. My fall classic trips are over. Like he said, it's all about making you money.
Anybody that says that they hit 71.3% the entire baseball season besides ourselves, they're lying. Nobody. We broke records in every fucking category this season, but like I said, the formula for success is money management and discipline. You can't be a weekend warrior. You got to treat this just like a stock market. It's a numbers game. You got to stay in it every day, every week, every month. And if you're doing it right, you can do this for year in, year out. Not the guy that deals with a company with 7 different guys, tries to bet on his own, and loses hundreds of thousands of dollars before he even calls us. Guys, we'll save you the headache. We'll save you the nosebleed. We'll save your asshole from bleeding. Go to VIPSportsLasVegas.com. If you didn't get involved in baseball, basketball is the same thing. It's everyday everyday money. Phones ring off the hook, and at the end of the day, we're looking to get you paid. We got a beautiful show for you, ladies and gentlemen. Podcast number 96, Big Skipper.
Wow.
Like I said, when you think of number 96, just off the record real quick, because I know you're a sports guy, I think of the year Tupac died. It was a very big year for a guy like myself. I know you don't give a rat's fuck, but
I think about 69 backwards.
You didn't let me get to number 2. Number 2, I was going to have to say that 96 is a reverse 69, which is always a good number and always a good day if you have the right partner.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be doing the reverse 96 with just any old bitch.
Oh, no.
It's got to be your wife. It's got to be a seasoned girl that you know where that muff's been.
Absolutely.
Because if that money's tight, things are rough, and that muff's been being sold, you do not want to do a reverse 96 with something that's tainted.
No, you do not want a reverse 96 Boulder Highway horse.
Oh, because it's no different than putting a fucking tailpipe in your garage and shutting the door. It's toxic, and you will possibly die.
It's
You've heard of
toxic.
toxic shock?
Yeah.
It's no different than killing yourself, guys.
Oh, God,
Have you
no.
had a bad night? Did you lose a bunch of money gambling? Do you want to kill yourself? Do the reverse 96 with a local prostitute, and you'll definitely die.
Oh, God,
That's
no.
for sure. It's called the smoke out. Hashtag smoked out. Oh, toxic shocked out.
I don't even know where to go from there. I just know you're going to have a lot of bumps on your penis. You're going to have a lot of marks on your face. I mean, shit will be breaking out all over your lips.
Guy, cheap things aren't good and good things aren't cheap.
Your throat will be swelling up like a fucking...
You get what you pay for.
Oh, God almighty.
You get what you pay for, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, everybody's a telephone tough guy. Everybody has a Twitter account. Everybody's a handicapper. In this business, I hate to say, but these handicappers, handicap's just another word for retard, and it's what 99% of these people are. No offense to people that are handicapped. These guys are retards. Real fucking simple. I'm not trying to do the Trump thing. Oh, I didn't know what he said.
Well, you got to be...
Oh, I didn't know what he did. I'm tired of seeing that commercial with Trump.
You got to be politically correct. You can't even use the R word, bro.
No, you can't. But they are really, well, this was in refer to Trump in these commercials.
I understand.
They are really going hard on your boy with, he doesn't respect
Well,
women.
let him keep going hard, man.
Huh?
Hillary for prison, my friend. Anyway.
Yeah, well.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Podcast number 96. What do you think of when you think of 96, Skipper? Let's get back on track here.
Well, I think of a couple things. I think of what you want.
Let's get back into radio voice. And when you think of 96, Skip, what do you think when you come into
What do I think of podcast 96? Number 96, I think a defensive tackle for the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Cortez Kennedy.
Cortez
Remember him?
Kennedy. Actually.
Cortez Kennedy. Played for one of the worst teams ever.
I know that, Seattle, because they had one of the worst teams in fucking history at that fucking time. And I heard a little bit because he shined out, but no, Skip, I'm not really that familiar with you. Why don't you tell me about it?
Cortez Kennedy, defensive tackle, Seattle Seahawks. Like I said, he played for one of the worst teams ever. I think they averaged like 8 or 9 fucking points a game.
No, I'm going to tell you. They're literally labeled.
They were horrendous.
As one of the worst teams in NFL history. And to give you an exact number, they averaged 8.75 points per game.
Oh, God.
You think they were fucking terrible?
Well, Cortez Kennedy, 8 Pro Bowls. Defensive Player of the Year in 1992. He held up his end of the deal.
It sounds like the team was terrible, but Cortez was balling out of fucking control.
Well, for all my hockey fans, I think of Tomas Holmstrom. I don't know if I pronounced that right for you there, Harden.
Tomas.
Did you get the shout out, Harden? Did I even pronounce your name? Harden, Hardick, Hardcock, Aaron, Eric. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Holstrom is what? Entire career winning with the Red Wings. I know a little bit about him because
We love you,
hockey's in full effect right now. And let me give him a little shout out.
Tomas
Winning
Holstrom.
4 Stanley Cups, 214 career goals. Now,
Wow,
if that's not some superstar status, I don't know what the fuck is.
4 Stanley Cup rings for Holstrom and a whole hell of a lot of goals, over 200 goals.
And it doesn't take a guy that studies hockey to know somebody like that. He is a legend. He is a fucking great, and you could put him up there with everybody. When you have 4 Stanley Cups, there's only one cup that your competitors can get, and that's the cup that holds your nuts. That's the only fucking thing they can get is a cup of nuts delivered right to their fucking chin. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Moving on, Big Skipper.
Moving on.
Like I said, VIP Sports Podcast 96. You come up with Holstrom. You come up with Kennedy. Very, very 2 good guys you came up there with for 96. Before we get into the podcast, Skip.
We're not into the podcast yet?
No, but I'm saying before we get all the way into our show, why don't you tell people that want to join the money train, guys that are tired of watching, guys that been listening to us, guys that just started following the podcast, guys that just stumbled on us on Twitter. Tell them how they can start making money, how they can get a hold of it, and what they can do. Why I like this. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the being entered in the Cannabis Cup. This is the new strand. This is the Steve Stevens Master Closer Kush. It gives you mental clarity. It gives you mental focus. It's a hybrid. Doesn't get you too high, doesn't get you too low. Gets you right in the middle, turns your mouthpiece. Do you want to take your mouthpiece from a BB gun to a shotgun? Do you want to turn your mouth from a water pistol into an AK-47? Make sure you pick up an 1/8 or an ounce of that Steve Stevens Master Closing Kush and elevate your mind. I do. You deserve it as well.
In dispensaries near you.
Tell them how to get a hold of us if they want to get paid, Skip.
Just give us a call. We're here to make you money betting sports. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help you manage your sports betting account. We're here to take you by the hand, walk you right through it so there's no mistakes. The first thing you need to do to get a hold of us is simply pick up the phone, Steve. 877-220-6540. If you go to our website, it's VIPSportsLasVegas.com. There's a place in there you can put in your phone number to get a free pick. There's packages on there for all shapes and sizes of sports bettors, all level of sports bettors, whether you're a beginner, whether you're a novice, whether you're a pro, whatever it is you think you are, just give us a call. We can add to your arsenal. We can help you make money. We can help you build your bankroll. If you're going to war against your bookie and you got a couple of Uzis and we're sitting over here with a few tanks and a few fighter jets, hell, you might as well take us with you, right?
Bottom line, it's a billion-dollar industry. You deserve your fair share. Nobody wins percentages higher than us. Nobody makes more money. I'm the most feared sports bettor in the world. Been 86 and banned from 70% of the casinos in Las Vegas, and it's still not stopping me from making money. So I'm not sitting here telling you how much money I have. I'm telling you there's enough money for all of us. I'm getting mine. You need to get yours. Bottom fucking line. 877-220-6540. Follow our podcast. We love your comments. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. VIP Sports LV, we love you. Skip, why don't you give a shout out to our boys out there protecting our country?
To all our men and women out there protecting our country, shout out to the military heroes listening on the Armed Forces Radio Network. Once again, it's one of the things that makes Steve and I so proud about what we do.
It's having one of the best sponsors in the world.
Not only do we help people make money, not only do we help clients make money betting sports and beating their books, we're entertaining the troops all over the world, and we're real proud about that. Shout out to the Armed Forces Radio Network. Thank you for keeping the country safe like we thank you every week. We want to continue to thank you. You can't get enough thanks for crying out loud.
We really can't. You can check us.
Salute every fucking one of you motherfuckers. You're badass people, man.
And I love you.
And I'm really thankful for you.
And I'm thankful for Armed Force Radio Network for over 3.5 million viewers. You can check our show Friday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Once again, Friday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, and again, Mondays at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., Skipper.
That's right.
Guys, moving into the NBA, here's one thing I want to say. You can't be prejudiced to the size, shape, or color of the ball. I don't give a fuck if you're a good old boy from down south and you only like football. I don't give a fuck if you're a Texas boy and you like that college football. Understand this. In this industry, you can't be prejudiced to the size, shape, or color of the ball. Basketball is everyday money, and there's more money to be made in college and NBA basketball than any other consistent sport in the world.
Well, we just showed that opening week of the NBA. We just went through the first 7-10 days of the NBA.
Skip, and we don't have, the opening weekend. I'm not going to sit here and lie to people, tell them that we were undefeated. But you know what, Skip? We were 4-1, 80+% to start out opening week. Not too fucking bad.
First 5 moves in the NBA. The lines are softer than drugstore cotton.
Oh, you said, buddy, you couldn't have said that any better.
The lines are so soft. The first 5 games of the season, 4 of them have cash for us. If you're not betting the NBA with us, the lines are so soft right now. I'm telling you, the first 60 days of the NBA is like stealing money. And the college basketball, Steve, starts in what, 2 weeks?
That is correct.
I mean, it's here, people.
And when
the
you see
lines
us
are
behind the bench and you see me and Skip mingling with kids, just remember, guys, like I said, if you want to know who's going to win, you just holler at us.
Lines are extremely soft in basketball right now. Give us a call.
Not only that, Skip, but I don't think lines are going to change anytime soon. See, one thing that you need to understand is NBA, that's that closer push. But but listen, when it comes in you, embrace it.
Well,
rather than fight it. Don't fight the feeling, Skipper.
Oh, it's closing something. Okay. It's closing my eyes.
It's closing your throat?
And it's closing my throat.
Do me a favor. Don't fight the feeling.
It's closer cush, all right.
Take it for what it is. Take it as a spiritual thing. Okay, take it as a mental thing. Yeah, don't let the games pick you.
So when I can't talk, I'm coughing, and my eyes are like Chinese closed.
Yeah.
Just remember.
Treat it like an Indian treats peyote.
Just remember it's a spiritual thing.
Treat it just no different than a fucking Indian treats peyote. Okay. Get an originalist experience out of it. Feel it, Skip. Take it in down deep. Make you a better person. There you go. Oh, God.
Spiritual.
There you go. So NBA, like I said, the spirits are out in NBA. Guys, once again, these lines are from last year's power rankings. You got different coaches, different players, different formats, different setups, different defense, different offenses. You can't go based off lines that were made from last year. Bottom fucking line. As you've seen in like the first game when Golden State got knocked the fuck down by San Antonio Spurs.
That was crazy.
Everybody and their mom. I mean, not only did Steph Curry get his ankles broke, not only did he get the ball stolen from him 4 times, not only did he get dunked on, but it's something that no one would expect. See, you're not smart with the street. See, you're not remembering that NBA players like to fuck more than anybody in the world. On their off season, they smoke a pound of weed. They love drinking alcohol. They fuck and drink and smoke and fuck and drink and smoke and fuck. So in the
I got news for you. It's not just NBA players that like that.
Well, I'm the same way. You're right. Darren Notero's the exact same fucking way.
I just wanted to clarify a couple things there.
Right. But you know there's more back pain in the NBA than any other. We've already proved it. You can't take an average NBA player at 6'11", fucking an average girl at 4'10".
Right.
It's going to cause back problems all day long.
For sure.
So if you love your team and you're out at the club and you're 5 foot tall and you really want to suck an 18-inch cock, think about, do you want your team to lose? Do you really want that all-star player to have lower back pain? You bitches got to think about that because some of you bitches ruin teams.
I don't think they care about it.
No. Shout out to Scottie Pippen's ex-wife for being a dog-faced fucking slut. Hanging out with Kardashian. You scumbag bitch. You're with Scottie Pippen. You got a bunch of kids living a life of a fucking stepchild of Michael Jordan, living one of the most phenomenal lives, and you want to be in the public and suck dick so fucking bad that you have to go suck rapper Future's dick. You are a disgrace to all women. You're a scumbag bitch. And you're a picture-perfect, gold-digging NBA slut wife who I can't fucking stand, and a bitch like you should be fucking wearing an A on her chest like the fucking slut you are. Can't stand it.
You sound like Donald Trump's fucking running mate.
I don't give a dog fuck. He married that fucking bitch when she had fucking nothing. He's Scottie fucking Pippen, had kids with her, wasn't cheating on her. You know, these bitches get comfortable. These women get comfortable. Not all women is a bitch. I'm talking about bitches, gold-digging bitches, fucking sluts. That still want to hang out in the fucking limelight. They got low confidence, but they still want to suck dick, okay? You type of bitches that just can't get enough of dick sucking and going into the fucking club and shooting up your lips and wanting to fuck this guy and fucking that guy and juggling more balls than a fucking jugglist. You're a fucking slut.
How do you really feel about it?
I'm just telling you, Scottie Pippen married the bitch. She's hanging around with Kardashian, bunch of rappers, bunch of other players, this, that, and the other, and you got out of pocket, and you embarrassed Scottie Pippen, and you're a dumb fucking bitch for that. The 911 call apparently happened last night. Scottie's in the background calm. Of course he's going to verbal abuse you very calmly. I could just see the conversation with Scottie. Yeah, I filed for divorce. You a dumb bitch. Bitch, you fucked up. Didn't I tell you, bitch, not to do that? I sat there and told you I have a legacy to stand by. I didn't cheat on you, gave you kids, gave you the life. You got comfortable, bitch. It's time for you to go. Pack your shit, and it's time for you to go. Have Uber pick you up, bitch, because the Rolls and the Lambos stay. However, it's not how it's going to come down because they've been married a long time with a lot of kids. But I don't know how much money.
Yeah, but when you pull a shit like that, I mean, you're not looking too well in the eyes of the court. That's
No,
for sure.
no, but not only that, well, you're an adultery bitch. Yeah, you're committing adultery. I don't think you should get a motherfucking dollar. I don't think any bitch that commits adultery should get a fucking dollar. Hashtag women who cheat get zero. Fuck that bitch.
There you go.
But anyway, like I said, she disrespected him in a whole nother way, speaking of NBA. But like I said, Skip, let's just move into a story that excites me a little bit, if you don't mind, okay?
Sure.
Battle of
That story excited me.
Me too. And it's definitely
You seem
a big
to be
part
fired up about it.
because Scottie Pippen is a legend,
Yeah.
and he doesn't deserve to have his wife fucking a young guy like Future on social media and embarrassing him. And to you women, that's a fucking joke.
Total disrespect.
A real guy with real money looks at you like a dirty fucking whore.
Total
A
disrespect.
bitch like
Yeah.
you just needs to get fucked and paid. We call you prostitutes. You get fucked, you suck dick nut in your face, and then we ask you to leave. You know, nobody signs up for a prostitute for an all-day pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
No one wants a prostitute for an all-day pass.
No, you run them.
Yeah, you want kind of.
A prostitute is like a timeshare.
Well, it's not.
You just pay for the time you're going to use.
Either that or like a ticket, like at a fair. I only want to pay for 2 rides.
Right.
I don't want an all-day pass because if you're looking for one, you're horny at the time, something's going on. But once you shoot that nut off,
You may think
all that disappears.
it depends how fucked up you are. You may think you want an all-day pass,
But you don't.
and then after about 45 minutes, you're wishing you would have just
Because
paid,
as a man,
paid for
your
one ride.
testosterone's
Yeah.
hyped up.
Yeah.
You're like a fucking lion. You want to bust a nut. You see something special. She shows up. You do your moves. You get your dick sucked. You go crazy. Once you nut, oh.
Yeah.
that's-
Why did I buy the all-day pass?
No. I'm going to
Yeah.
pay you to leave quicker.
Right.
So that's what I say. Could you imagine having an all-day pass? Why the fuck did I buy that all-day pass?
Yeah, I'm not looking for a refund. I'm looking to pay you more just to get the fuck out.
Yeah, either that or bitch, you know how to cook? By that time, her pimp's outside. He robbed your house. You're getting tied up. And
Oh,
it
God.
might not be worth it. But do support your local prostitutes when you're out here at Las Vegas. Support your local flatbackers, just like the union out here, guy.
Yeah.
Supports the town. Everybody deserves it. And I'd have to say there's more closet guys that solicit prostitution in Las Vegas than closet gamblers or closet drug addicts. And that's saying a fucking lot, Skip.
I wouldn't know.
No, well, no one knows. But would you happen to know a lot of people that have had a prostitute here or there in their time?
I do see older gentlemen, mainly in the casino, late at night, wandering around after 3/4 of their money is gone, and they're wandering around looking for things that they normally wouldn't be looking for maybe on their normal business day, you might say.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to some serious stuff that actually matters in NBA. Like I said, you gave the Pippen name a bad name, and don't forget, you got 4 kids, you fucking slut. Your kids watch TMZ, you fucking slut.
She was pimping Pippen.
Yeah, Pippen got pimped. And like I said, I like girls like that you use as a slut, not someone's wife. Girls like that can be useful, not when you're a major figure's wife.
Right.
It's shameful and it's embarrassing. Shame on you.
There's a need in society for a woman like a girl like that. However,
Just not in that predicament.
Yeah, not as your wife or the mother of your children.
Correct.
Right.
Very embarrassing. You hit it right on the head. So, battle of the ex-superstar teammates. Russell Westbrook takes on Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors tonight, which should be a marquee matchup, Skip.
That'll be a big one.
Well, I'm telling you right now, Westbrook is on a mission so far this year. He's been kicking ass and taking name.
Yeah.
Going into last night's game versus the Clippers, he was the leading scorer, averaging 39 points per game, leading the league in points.
That's a lot of points. Averaging 39 points a game.
And almost 12 assists, to be exact.
Through the first 4 games, that's beast mode right there.
I'll tell you what's more than beast mode. He dropped 35 on LA last night and fucking shit all over him. And OKC improved to 4-0.
That's pretty strong.
I've always said this, Skip.
So big matchup tonight, Westbrook and Durant.
Durant, but even in Oak City when they were playing, I always said the team played better when Durant was playing without Westbrook, and I said that the team played better when Durant wasn't playing with Westbrook.
Yeah, you have always stated that.
So I'm glad that they broke up. Has Durant played his part over at Golden State yet? No. Is he an all-star? Absolutely. Have people always put down Westbrook and say that he's not a franchise player or a Hall of Famer or an all-star? Well, guess what? I feel he's going to get to prove his point, and I prove he's going to prove people wrong, and I say Westbrook is an all-star. I say he is a Hall of Famer, and I say he's a great fucking basketball player and a leader.
Well, that game is up in Golden State tonight. It's the second half of the TNT doubleheader tonight, Steve. the line on the game, in case anyone's curious, Golden State's minus 10.5 in that game.
But
double-digit favorite. The total 222 points. So they're expecting for a very high-scoring affair.
But don't forget, the rivalry here. It's not really such a rivalry. It's just the way that he left. I mean, he never told Westbrook he was leaving Oklahoma City Thunder.
Right.
I mean, and this is a guy that's supposed to be your main man. That's like you telling me tomorrow you're leaving and just leave. And then I find out you got Skipper's podcast and ZIP Sports on the internet. I mean, that's exactly what that's like. You got to at least tell the motherfucker
All
you're going.
of a sudden he's just gone.
And I think he deserves a little bit more respect than that. And Durant has talked a lot to the media about OKC and Westbrook, and since he's left.
He's talked a lot of shit through the fucking different media outlets, and Westbrook is basically just really hasn't been saying much.
If you want to watch another game tonight that's going to be exciting besides the NFL, you might want to watch that NBA game because they're going to be balling out of fucking control, and there's going to be a lot of superstars in that game, guys.
Golden State in an absolute blowout, perhaps.
Right. Let's move right. Anything else you got to say in NBA, Skip?
No, nothing.
All right, let's move on real quick. And here's what I do want to end out with. There's more money in NBA because it's everyday money than any other sport. You got over 60 sides and totals that you can bet every day. So, like I said, that doesn't mean you bet a lot of plays. One game a day, not every day. Bet the same amount of money on every game. Give us a call. We'll give you the advice. I want to move right on to NFL, and I want to start out by saying one thing. I have a flashback here. I don't know if I'm getting deja vu, but Skip, do you remember in preseason when you and I were talking about football? We were scouting teams. I had you still scouting baseball, actually, when you were scouting preseason at the same time.
I remember.
You kept telling me the main thing in football is these guys are constantly practicing their two-point conversions.
Yes, they were.
They were, every team.
That's because of the new rule. Yeah.
Correct.
They were practicing two-point conversions an awful lot during preseason. Yeah.
But I also told you, and I told everybody out here, that only 80+ % of the teams wouldn't even put in effect that two-point conversion or use it to their favor. Didn't I say that, Skip? So what is the other thing that you remember me saying, Skip?
You said they should probably just work on making sure they make the extra point.
Okay, one more time.
You said they should probably just concentrate on making the extra point because they probably aren't going to run two-point conversions as often as they think anyway.
Oh, my God. What I actually said was, instead of all these teams working on their two-point conversion, any time or any chance they get a fucking opportunity to bring the field goal kicker out or the extra point, or any time a chance or a kicker has a live opportunity to kick the ball, that's what the fuck they should practice, because 80% of the team are going to be kicking field goals and extra points. Right. And sure enough, Skip, there's been more missed field goals and extra point this year than ever.
There has been a lot of missed kicks.
Is these motherfuckers going to start listening to me or what? Practice your field goals because you motherfuckers don't know how to kick worth a shit. In preseason...
They should probably hire you the way you were fucking kicking shit around last week.
Oh. If you don't think
if you haven't seen that video, people.
Well, guys, what's that? Yeah, how far of a field goal
the way you kicked all the shit off your desk last week, they should probably be maybe looking to signing up Steve Stevens for the
You know what? Maybe the NFL should make me their commissioner. You know why? Because I won't
No, their
lie.
kicker.
No, their commissioner. Oh, their kicker, huh?
Yeah, the way you were kicking shit off your desk last week.
You like that, huh?
Sign up as one of the kickers. Yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say.
I look at it more on the passion side, but I'd have to say if I had to label that as a field goal, knowing that I lost 110,000 on that beat, that was probably at least a 60-yarder.
I didn't mean to bring up a bad memory. It was just,
a bad memory was nothing at all.
It was just a joke.
Buddy, it's nothing but passion.
I mean, you kicked that shit off of there like Bruce fucking Lee.
Skip, I'm actually a guy. See, 99% of the people in this industry just are all talk. Nobody bets big money. A lot of people are telephone
I agree with that 100%.
Guys that you see on the internet that advertise on scores and odds and pictures in front of Bellagio and doing video at a sports book. These guys don't even live in video in Las Vegas.
Guys that wear big glasses to cover up their 90-year-old face and wear wear Kango hats.
Two guys doing a podcast that are 70 years old, 150 years old between the two of them. One of them's wearing Depends. The other one's shit in his diaper already. No.
The same guy I see at the Gold Coast at 4 o'clock in the morning playing nickel slots.
Guys, these guys that are advertising everywhere and on Twitter and claiming to be world-class handicappers, they don't have any tickets, they don't bet any money, and they don't even live in Las Vegas. This guy, so it's absolutely embarrassing. So I take pride, Skip, in taking care of my clients because...
Well, that's because we do.
I would never ask one of my clients to bet a game that I wasn't on myself. So at least they know when they go down with the ship, they go down with the captain. I'm not one of those captains that jumps on a helicopter and takes off while the whole crew dies.
And the skipper.
I go down with the fucking
We
ship
got the
just
captain.
like you.
We got the
skipper.
captain and the skipper.
And the motherfucking skipper. So yeah, I took a little bit of excitement there during the podcast. I wish they would have let the. I wish they would have let the volume play on that because it was a little bit more than me taking a bad beat. Yes, I was stopping the podcast because I just found out we took a bad beat.
Well, when you get fucking bad word on a $110,000 wager, you take it a little personally.
Yeah, and like I said, it's all part of the game. I love it, but I have passion in this shit. And wouldn't you want to hire passion with a guy that's going to paint his face and go to fucking war for you? Or you want to deal with a guy that says he's betting big money, he's not betting $1 on the game? Or a guy that says he's in Las Vegas and lives in Florida? I actually deal with the guys that make the lines here in Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. I'm the most feared sports bettor in the world. Losing comes with the territory. It's part of the business. However, I just wanted to make clear, one day we'll re-put that out with the words, because it's a lot of foul words, but I think people will appreciate that. I was getting ready to take off my headphones and take a 10-minute break in the middle of our podcast. Well, our producer then began to say, Steve, you can't do that. With on top of the $100,000 beat that I just listened to, I went into a rage. So the video was more like, this is what happens when you tell Steve Stevens he can't do something.
Rage against the
So
machine.
like when he told me I couldn't take a break, I can't take a motherfucking break, huh? Boo! And I tore it up field goal style, you know what I mean? So guys, if
That's
you want,
all I was saying. You should be out there kicking field
if
goals.
you guys want to see that video with the words and everything that I really said as I proceed to punch 50 holes out the door on the way out. See, Skip, on the volume, on the way out, you actually hear 3 humps as I took. I did a little damage to that door. Can you give me a little credit? I almost went through the door like the Hulk.
Well, I see they got it replaced.
Yeah. Bottom line is, I take passion in what I do. I live, breathe, and eat sports betting, and I care about my clients, and this is what I do for real. I'm not just some television guy. I'm a guy that makes history. I'm a guy that's been on CNBC, the Business Financial Network, as being the best in the world. I'm a guy that actually puts $100,000 sporting tickets on the internet until the IRS and certain people told me to take them down, till the casinos banned me from putting these sports tickets up. You guys have seen them. You guys know. Anybody that follows me knows why I don't put money up anymore, know why I don't count money, and know why I show tickets. I don't have to prove how big my dick is anymore. The proof is in the pudding, isn't it, Skip?
Yes, it is.
But I just wanted to make a point to you NFL motherfuckers. So who do you think had a better kick? Who do you think kicked better last week? Steve Stevens' microphone or NFL fucking field goal kickers? What do you think, Skip?
You.
Who had a better field goal percentage last week? Steve Stevens with the microphone or the NFL field goal kickers?
You did.
I love it. Let's get into some NFL because I know we got a lot to talk about, and let's get right down to it.
Yeah, we gotta get moving.
Jacksonville last Thursday night went over. As you know, that was one of our superstar games. Congratulations for another winner.
Well, we pretty much gave that out on the podcast.
Yes, we did. I just want to say a couple things, and I'm going to let you get to where you need to be. Cam Newton complains about taking a bunch of hits. Keeps complaining to the referees that I'm getting hit too much. You're not making calls. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Steelers lineman Marcus Gilbert tells Cam Newton, don't be on the field playing professional football if you're scared, bitch, and stop complaining.
I agree.
Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
I definitely agree with that.
I agree 110%. It's a hard knock life, motherfucker. It takes a true champion and a beast to get to the NFL. You played Pop Warner, you played Pee Wee, you played fucking junior high, you played high school, you played college, you played NFL. It's the most hard-hitting contact sports in the world besides hockey and rugby. And you knew that getting into the game a long time ago. This is a fucking a game where the defensive ends are trying to kill quarterbacks. Has that ever changed, Skip?
No, it hasn't.
So when you take the role as a quarterback, don't turn into a bitch. I want to say I agree 100% with Marcus Gilbert. You can't complain. You're a world-class quarterback. Don't think your job is to sit back there and get your nails done, you fucking bitch. Your job is to get the ball off before you fucking fall down. Your job isn't to do dances every other play, motherfucker. Your job is to get back there, get the ball off. If you have a shitty line, get the ball off before they get to you, hand the ball off, and do your fucking job, okay? Your job isn't worrying about how hard you got hit. That's a bitch move, and I like you, Cam. Stop doing that shit because people are not liking you recently.
Listen,
you're doing some bitch shit and people don't like you. Get back to being hard.
My take on Little Ears is, bottom line is he looked like fucking dog shit in the Super Bowl. He didn't get the job done. He looks like dog shit again this year. The team is fucking losing. He's not having fun. Therefore, you got to start bitching and crying about something.
Correct. You're not winning. You got to blame somebody.
You're not dancing around anymore. You're not winning. You look like dog shit
like an idiot
in the Super Bowl.
Right.
And now you got to start crying. And it's not in his position to go out there and start crying to, I'm going to talk to the
No, you let your coach
I got
do
to
that.
talk to the commissioner. Blah, blah. No,
you're a joke.
Yeah, you let the coach and the owner do that.
You know what I
shit.
say?
Yeah.
Suspend him for 2 games. And my advice, shut the fuck up. Play football because it's a hard knock fucking game.
Yeah.
Boss up, pussy.
Yeah.
Hashtag boss up, you're in the NFL.
There you go.
Remember the days of motherfuckers getting their fingertips cut off and keep playing? Motherfucking teeth knocked the fuck out. Motherfucker concussions. Come on, dude. You're embarrassing the fucking league. Shout out to all
Sticking your hand in the face mask and gouging their fucking
gouging
eyes
their
out.
fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
You're disrespecting the league.
I'm getting hit too hard.
Stop disrespecting NFL.
Oh.
Shout out to all you hard knock players out there. It's a gruesome fucking sport, and I appreciate watching you every fucking Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday, and Monday. Skip.
Yeah.
One more thing. Cowboys win in overtime against your
you gotta bring that up?
Philadelphia Eagles, which I'd have to say
Fucking-
was probably the best game of the week by far.
I told you it would be. It was a meltdown on the Eagles' part.
Dallas is now 6-1. Pennsylvania went home. Is it went home-avania or is it still Pennsylvania?
And the Cowboys end up covering that game, laying 5.5, and the only way they could cover was by winning by a touchdown in overtime, and sure enough, they got it done.
Well, don't talk too much shit because when it
Jerry
comes down to,
Jones.
guys, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It comes down to who's covering the spread. And right now, VIP Sports is on Jerry Jones's dick. Why? Because the Cowboys are 6-0 and a push against the spread. So, once again, shout out to the Cowboys. You know who else I want to give a shout out to, Skip? I want to give a shout out to the Cosmo. I want to give a shout out to Aria. Shout out to MGM. And more importantly, a shout out to Caesars for the millions of dollars we have literally taken their casinos down for this season.
They just continue to pay. And that being said, now that we're in the NFL real quick, if I could just give an update on that.
Please do.
The dogs have been barking all year, gentlemen. The dogs have been barking, and 81% of them, not only are they covering, they're winning the games outright. So 81% of the dogs that have been covering so far have won the game outright. Now, last week in the NFL, people, the tide turned. The ship was righted. Out of the 13 NFL games last week, Steve, 10 favorites covered. Only 3 dogs covered last week in the NFL, and only 1 dog won outright last week, and that was the Saints, the New Orleans Saints.
So you would have to honestly say that for once in a lifetime, the sports books actually lost yesterday, and the public finally won because everybody and their fucking mom bets the favorites and the overs. It's a 90% fact.
Let me just tell you something about the sports books here in Las Vegas this week. They have been getting pounded more than Kim Kardashian's asshole.
Oh, my God. And holy fuck.
I'm telling you, Steve Wynn said, listen, 10 out of 13 NFL favorites covered last week, okay? And we all know the public bets favorites. Now, not only that, I believe it was 10-3 to the over as well. Out of the 13 games played, I believe.
It was. I told you that.
I believe it was 10 out of 13 games went over. So it was all favorites. It was all overs, which is what the public bets, okay? Not only that, I heard Steve Wynn say that if the Cubs win the World Series, we got to go find a few $1 million to pay out.
That's a
because
fact.
everyone and their brother, I mean, the Cubs travel well. They got fans everywhere. Everyone had the Cubs to win on their future bets. Everyone was betting Cubs to win the series. They bet them in futures all throughout the course of the season. Steve Wynn said if the Cubs win this series, we have to go to the bank and find about $15-20 million.
But on the same token,
they've been getting crushed all week long in the NFL favorites, the overs, and the fact that the Cubs won the World Series. The sports books have absolutely gotten fucking pounded.
And I find that hilarious because I actually talked to a gentleman on the phone yesterday that said how he kicked ass last week and he's the best in the world.
Yeah.
Number one, if you had a great week last week, I wouldn't brag about it because that means you're a favorites betting guy and you might have had a good week last week, but you lost all year. All fucking 9 weeks. So that's a fucking embarrassment. So if you did have a good week last week, keep it to yourself because they were all favorites. And it doesn't take any talent to fucking win a favorite.
Yeah, the public cleaned up last week.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact. Skip, here's one thing I do want to give out because me and you let people read between the lines a whole lot. Cowboys are 6-1. We already know that they're 6-0 with 1 push against the spread. Going against Cleveland. Cowboys are -7 versus Cleveland with a 48.5 total. Cleveland is 2-6 against the spread. You got a team that's 6-0 against the spread, team that's 2-6 against the spread. Dallas, like I said, giving up 7 points, 6-1 straight up, going against Cleveland, 0-8 straight up.
And Dallas could easily be 7-0. The only game they lost this year, Steve, the first game of the year, they lost to the Giants, 20-19.
So we're going to tell you like this.
They're 1 point away from being undefeated.
So we'll tell you like this. If Dallas doesn't get in a plane crash or a bus wreck or something tragic happen, and you can get that game in at 6.5, I suggest you guys wake the fuck up, take a little advice, and read between these little lines, and go get fucking paid next week. Fair enough?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Skip. What were you talking about, Jim Kelly?
I was talking about all kinds of shit.
Go ahead, come
How
on.
about North Turner leaving the Vikings?
And he should.
North Turner,
He
offensive coordinator, legendary offensive coordinator North Turner, leaves the Minnesota Vikings. Talk about a guy that didn't tell anybody anything.
I think he's having like a mental nervous breakdown.
You were talking about Durant just leaving the Thunder. I mean, North Turner just packs his bags, says to Zimmer, I'm out of here, I'm gone. And Zimmer was totally shocked. They're like best friends.
I heard he told him to Zimmer down a little bit.
Listen, Norv, please, just Zimmer down.
Just Zimmer down, brother,
come
please.
Come into my office and let's have a conversation
Norm,
about
I need you to Zimmer down a little bit because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. Skip, I'm sorry to cut you off. Something needs to happen after last week's performance. I was truly embarrassed because, once again, we actually had Minnesota. We always talk about who we have winners. Mm-hmm. We had Minnesota and I lost. And they were very embarrassing. North Turner quit. What else is going on in that team, Skip?
Well, it was an easy under Monday night as well. North Turner, his son decided to stick around. That's the crazy thing. His son stayed, said, "Oh, okay, Dad, see you later, but I'm staying here. I can't afford to give up my job."
He probably said, "Son, keep your job, get your money. I got to go."
Right.
So what's really going on over there, Skipper?
I think Zimmer wasn't real happy about the way the offensive was not putting up points the last 2 weeks. And I think North Turner took a little, he took it up the ass and got a little offended and said, "See you the fuck later." That's what I think happened.
Probably.
Talking about the Eagles release Josh Huff, their wide receiver. Do you see what this kid did now?
I know that he got pulled over, had like a gun. He was smoking the Steve Stevens Kush.
Yes.
I don't know. Tell me about it. What happened?
Yeah. Well, you nailed it on the head. Josh Huff, released by the Philadelphia Eagles, wide receiver, was speeding on the Walt Whitman Bridge. I'm very familiar with the Walt Whitman Bridge.
I know Walt Disney.
No, Walt Whitman. It's the bridge that heads over to Jersey.
Hey, to Jersey, yeah.
Walt Whitman Bridge, speeding, gets pulled over, has an unloaded 9mm in the glove box, and a small amount of Steve Stevens Kush. I don't understand. There's got to be more to this story, too, because that doesn't seem like a whole lot, right?
Well,
an unloaded 9mm in your glove box.
Which is fine.
Which was registered in Texas.
Which is fine.
He just didn't have his registration transferred to Pennsylvania.
You have millions of dollars. You have a fucking $500,000 car, which is fine.
An unloaded 9 in the glove box.
And a little bit of Kush.
And a little bit of Steve Stevens Kush.
It just makes him normal.
Yeah, big deal, yeah.
All he was trying to do was have mental clarity. He was smoking a Steve Stevens motherfucking master closing Kush.
I don't get it. Well, they released him. They said, "See you later, dude." He wasn't doing much anyway, but they released him.
Guys, when you get drafted to the NFL, you're not me. You're not 42 years old with a fucking marijuana license in Las Vegas. Take pride in what you do. You guys have to be role models. That's why you have to have people drive cars for you. That's why you have to have people hold your stash. Mm-hmm. You got to have an assistant that holds your weed if that's what you do. Hold your ecstasy pills if that's what you do to the entire NBA. You got to have, if you're still coming from the streets and you're thugged out and you're driving Ferraris and you're paranoid, thinking people are following you, have a motherfucking security guy do it. Come on, guys, be a little bit smarter than that.
Well, tonight you got the Atlanta Falcons against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Thursday night NFL. Atlanta 4-0 against the spread on the road, Steve. Atlanta 4-0 against the spread on the road. And Tampa Bay 0-3 against the spread at home.
I told everybody about Atlanta and Minnesota from the beginning of the season.
There you have it.
Minnesota's last 2 games haven't been good, but overall they still paid us.
Atlanta laying 3.5 tonight. The total on the game is 50.
No more Minnesota, by the way.
Speaking of Minnesota, they're at home against Detroit this week, so that'll be a big test for them after dropping 2 games. Detroit Lions enter into Minnesota in a big division rivalry game. Minnesota's a 5.5-point favorite in that game. A couple other games I mentioned, the Philadelphia Eagles. Speaking of the Eagles, they go into New York to face division rival, the Giants. Giants are a 2-point favorite at home. Total's 42.5. What else you want to talk about? You want to go into college football?
No, we will in 1 second, but I'm going to make sure we make something clear. I want to praise Tom Brady, the New England Patriots, for being one of the baddest motherfucking teams out there. Motherfucker, what did we tell them, Skip, last week? We said, you honest? I mean, we said everything we possibly could to you guys. I mean, I mean, the Buffalo Bills beat them without Brady. Undefeated came in. They beat the dog fuck out of Buffalo.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom fucking line. But
That was like stealing, people.
speaking of Buffalo and the Patriots, Jim Kelly calls Tom Brady the greatest quarterback of all time. Tom Brady on fire at age 39. Brady is the first in competition percentage, yards per attempt, completions, passer ratings, QBR, and interceptions. That's pretty fucking serious in my book. So let me ask you the question one more time. Is he the baddest, or should I say the best quarterback of all time? Yes or no?
It's quite possible, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you my answers here. I'm going to say, just like, I'm going to use Floyd Mayweather as an example. I feel that Tom Brady is the most mechanical quarterback in history of football. Does he have the biggest heart? Is he like Elway trying to win a Super Bowl, diving head first 10 years into the end zone to lose a fucking tooth and get spun around 360? Does he have that heart in him as a champion? No.
That's questionable.
I don't know. He's not. Tom Brady, I mean, that's questionable. Okay, I'm just saying. That's the only question I have. Does he have the heart of an Elway, of a name? Just answer it. Of a Namath.
Well, you're asking me. I'm saying he's pretty passionate.
In the social media and in the game, is he passionate?
Yeah.
Going head first in the air?
He's not going to
10 yards?
No, probably not. He's not going to dive head first.
Is he willing to die for his team?
He's pretty
to
passionate.
Score that touchdown? Yes or no?
He's willing to die for Giselle's pussy.
Got to answer the question at hand.
I think he's passionate.
Do you remember the Super Bowl with Denver when Elway jumped into the end zone 5 yards out, got hit in the face, spun around, got the touchdown and all that?
Big horse tooth, yeah.
Is he doing that?
Probably not, no.
Okay. But at the same time, did Montana do that?
No.
No. So I'd have to say, well, the reason why I say that is because Floyd Mayweather, I say, is the greatest boxer to ever live. And people always doubt that, and they bring in Ali because of heart and knockouts. Yeah, Floyd might not be the coldest knockout artist, or he doesn't get out of a pocket with his heart, but he's the most composed and the most mechanical, best boxer we've ever seen in history.
For sure.
And I'd have to say I give the same credit to Tom Brady. Congratulations, brother. You're a fucking beast. I love you. Move right into college football, Skipper.
Moving right in.
2 games tonight, and they're exciting games tonight, Skipper.
There's 4 college football games tonight. There's an NFL game.
But 2 that we're playing, that we're marking matchups.
There's all kinds of fucking shit going on. Who's playing tonight? Temple and UConn, right?
Well, you got 6-3 Temple laying 10 points at 3-6 UConn with a 45.5 total. Like I said, Temple.
Friday night.
That's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. Thursday night we got 4 college games, NFL game. Friday night you got Temple.
I know why you're talking about the Temple game because you told me earlier.
It's the play that the promotion that you're going to run.
Yeah.
6-3 Temple, -10. Well, it is 7 in the morning here, Skip, so it's a little early. I think my guys can understand. Friday you got 6-3 Temple, -10. Against a 3-6 UConn, 45.5. Reason why I'm so focused in on that game on Friday.
I know where you are.
Because, like I said, that is a game that Skip's going to run a promotion. We have one of the biggest, one of the most amount of monies I bet on a game all year long. Temple is averaging 33.8 points per game.
Don't talk too much about this game.
Okay, well, just let me just say this then. Temple is averaging 33.8 points per game. UConn is allowing 290 passing yards a game.
Right.
That's all I'm going to say about that matchup.
The line on the game is Temple -10. The total's like 45.5, maybe 46.
On Friday. Why don't you get back into Thursday about the marquee matchup that we got tonight in the NFL, as long as the college games as well.
Get a hold of us, and we'll tell you more about that game. And you want me to get right into the rivalry?
But here's the deal.
Week 10.
Here's the reason why sometimes I skip right over Thursday. It's not intentional, but you know what, dude? By the time our fucking people get our podcast,
I don't even want to talk about it.
Thursday's already over, and it's like, that's why I'm not so keen
I don't even want to talk about it.
Talk about who I have.
Let's talk about Saturday.
If I give out a game or a winner, it's too late, and the guys are mad.
I agree.
And it's just like too late, so fuck, you're going to watch Thursday night and what's playing when we got going. That's the reason why I do that. Let's move right into Saturday.
Let's move right into Saturday. I got a couple of, listen, there's a bunch of rivalry games this week. You want me to go ahead and tell them about the promotion right now?
Please do.
Okay, here's the deal. If you didn't call last Friday for the Friday night college football total of the year, Steve came through once again with the San Diego State-Utah State game, flying over the total of 43.5 in an absolute blowout fucking winner. And if you didn't call for that game, shame on you. Here we go again. One more opportunity for you. College football is almost over. This is week 10, gentlemen. There's 4 weeks left in college football. There's a few rivalry games on the schedule this Saturday. He's got a game in one of those rivalry games on Saturday. It's his college football rivalry game of the year. You heard me right. Are you rivaling against your bookie? Well, this game will get you paid. The college football rivalry game of the year this Saturday. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to give it to you one more time for a $50 bill. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
$50 bill. Call 877-220-6540, and for a $50 bill, you're going to get Steve's college football rivalry game of the year. Now, in addition, you just heard him talking about the Temple-UConn game, right? Call us early, and we're going to give you that release on the Temple-UConn game as an absolutely free bonus. So you're going to get the Temple-UConn game and the college football rivalry game of the year on Saturday, all for $50. 877-220-6540. Call me right now and say, I want to get paid.
I'll tell you right now, LSU must get Leonard Fournette going if they're going to have a chance against the motherfucking Tide off a bye week. Number 1, Alabama, 7.5 at number 13, LSU.
Yep.
40.5 total. That's fucking insane if you ask me.
Alabama heading into Death Valley, Steve. That's one of the rivalry games.
6-2 against the spread. Like I said, guys, we're going to have some marquee matchups on that. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid this season.
LSU has the best defense that Alabama's faced all year, Steve.
Number 10, Nebraska, plus 17 at number 6, Ohio State.
That's
with
another
a 52 total. So,
that's another one.
Both teams are 7-1 and 4-1 in the Big Ten. Ohio State 3-2 at home against the spread, 4-4 overall. Remember, guys, it only matters against the spread. Doesn't matter who wins or loses if you're betting sports.
Ohio State barely got by Northwestern last week, and the week before that, my Penn State Nittany Lions took an ass whooping to Ohio State.
Well, don't forget this. The game at the Horseshoe, capacity 105,000. Wow. The place will be motherfucking rocking. That you could take to the bank.
That's a lot of people. 110,000 people at a football game.
Well, yeah, I don't know who's rocking more, hotel rooms with prostitutes or that motherfucking stadium with 105,000 people fucking going berserk.
Hey, I've always said I'll take college football over the NFL any day.
Any day of the week. The tradition, the excitement, the battles. Oh, man.
Give us a call, man. It's going to be a big fucking weekend.
There's so much more tradition in college football and fraternities and fucking frats than there is.
Here's another rivalry. Texas heading into Texas Tech. We got 2 high-scoring offenses in that game, Steve. 2 defenses that are very, very suspect.
Right. Well, hey, listen. Overall, college football's been treating us very good. And
crazy.
like Skip told you last week, guys, stop cheating yourself. There comes a time where you need to treat yourself, and that time comes now. Join our crew. We have promotions for all levels of people. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And make sure you help support the legalization of sports betting. To get into UFC real quick, Ronda Rousey says UFC 207 will be one of her last fights. Do you agree with her moving on, Skip?
I think she got the fucking menstrual cycle kicked the fuck out of her. That's what I think.
Absolutely, I think you should leave.
Holy
You
shit.
embarrassed all women who are champions. See, that's the difference between a man and a woman. A man gets knocked out, realizes part of the business, gets back up, gets back in the game, and tries to earn his championship back. That bitch got knocked the fuck out. She got her jaw rattled and twisted. She put her tail between her legs, and no offense, ran like a bitch.
She got the tampon knocked out of her.
That bitch got... That mother, they say her tampon shot 13 feet on that knockout.
Shot out of there like a North Korean missile.
That's the difference of men and women. That's the reason why women can't run the country. Yes, we love you. Yes, we support you. But you're not soldiers and you're not warriors. See, back in the days with civil wars and cave days, the men had to go out and, fight for the country while you at home washing the food and keeping the kids safe and washing the clothes and all that shit. It's the man that gets out there and stabs and kills and supports the family and tries to help the territory and protect what's his. Remember that. So, yeah, no, I agree for her to move the fuck on. You got knocked the fuck out, and a true champion would have came right back and tried to defend that. You're not a true champion. You're a bad bitch. I don't want to fight you, but, I would just shoot the fuck out. I'd shoot you and pistol whip you. You come fucking with me. But you don't have the heart of a true champion. I like you. I like what you did for UFC. You made a lot of money. You're just like, if I had to compare her to? I'd compare her to Jason Williams, the guy that shot the guy with the shotgun who robbed the league for $80 million.
Oh, boy.
You robbed UFC for a lot of money, sweetie, and congratulations.
That's a great analogy.
But you're not a true champion. You did a lot for UFC, a lot for the fans, but a true champion would have came back and defended her title a long time ago. You let women down, and all your fans and your women fans that you have, you needed to prove that you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going. And that's the message that I want to give to everybody in life, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what happens to you, if you get kicked down, you've had a bad beef, you're going through a divorce with your husband or your wife, or things aren't going your way at work, you're bottom of the sales board, guys, you always got to get back up. Dust yourself off and get back up, stay motivated, and do whatever it takes to get the job done. You got winners and losers. Which one are you? I'm a motherfucking winner. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get the job done. I'm willing to be a winner. I'm willing to take people over and beyond what they ever thought was possible. And it all comes within you. You can accomplish anything you want in this world, anything you put your mind to. You don't let anybody take you away from it. I know sometimes you have a hobby or something that you're real good at or you're passionate about, but you don't have time to do it because you have a job to feed your family, because life isn't a fucking fairy tale. You don't always get what you want in this life. I think Rolling Stones wrote a song about that.
You can't always get what you want.
And we understand that. We're human beings just like you. I'm a human being just like you. I deal with day-to-day problems just like you do. I know how to carry myself and handle them a little bit better. I know how to keep going, keep trying, keep digging, about to fucking do whatever it takes to get the job done, not take no for an answer. I know how to be a gentleman. I know how to bond with my client, and I know how to be a professional. At the end of the day, whatever it is you do in life, be professional. Give it all you got. If you fucking sometimes even if you end up short, guys, if you give it all you have and you give it more and more and you've given every ounce of energy and then you gave it a little bit more until you couldn't go no more, and sometimes you fall short, you're still a champion. And you don't let anybody tell you anything different. Whatever you do in your fucking life, you go out there and you fucking get it. You deserve more. You deserve a second income. Whether you call me to make an extra couple $100,000 a year or for yourself, get with your mind, get with yourself, and everybody can accomplish whatever they want. Everybody deserves extra. Extra. Everybody deserves extra in their life. Your family deserves the best. You deserve the best. You deserve the finer things in life. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let's go get it. Mariah Carey gets dumped by her billion-dollar husband. Like I said she had stinky pussy-itis. Says she doesn't want to fuck. She's only rubbing his balls and sucking his cock. The bitch is basically playing prostitute moves, Skip. She can't fool me. See, I'm a guy from the streets. I guess the billionaire is saying that she doesn't want to fuck. She doesn't want to have sex before marriage. And Nick Cannon even verified this. I mean, that might have worked with her first billionaire, Tommy Mottola. And what does she say? I got to spend $20 million of your dollars before you fuck me?
Yeah, word on the street is she's got a rule. I got to spend half your money before you can insert into this vagina hole.
Sweetie, your pussy stinks, and I wouldn't buy you drinks if I seen you at a fucking nightclub. You're a fucking absolute fucking joke. I wouldn't want nothing to do with you. You made a good decision, billionaire boy, getting rid of that bitch.
No.
And like I said, get rid of Mariah Carey's bitch ass. You want to get your bookie off your back like he got Mariah Carey off his. You want to start making money? VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We love you. Podcast number 90 motherfucking 6. She loves eating dicks. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. See, you wouldn't want to be you. Don't let the players be the only ones that get paid. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Mic check, bitch. Mic check, bitch. Hearing things. Hearing things. Been hearing a lot of shit, though. Gotta release that shit, bitch. Fuck you. Hold up. I got you, Dirt. I got you, Dirt. I got you. I got you.
I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking. The sportsbook keep calling me, I won't lie. They really want to kill me off, but I won't die. Even though I lost the last game, I'ma try, cause it's a constant struggle to make this money multiply. To make this money multiply, I gotta take some chances. Follow my gut and never bet with my heart. Never bet with your heart when you're playing with cream. And when it comes to the screen, I ain't got a favorite team. I keep hearing that. That's the sportsbook calling, telling me to bet big and go all in. Alcohol in my veins, I'm all in. 100,000 on one game, that's ballin'. Call up Steve Stevens, get a little advice. He like Sam Rothstein in real life. We might lose one game, but we never lose twice. The money talks too much, I can't sleep at night. I keep hearing things. I keep hearing things. I keep
Hearing things. It must be the money talking. It must be the money talking.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the ghost float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Poppin' bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the Sportsbook, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Pop. Hearing that.